Hey, well, good evening, everybody. It's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead.
Hi.
Hi, guys. I hope you are having a blessed wherever you're watching this thing. We have got some good news for you. We've got some really, really cool stories. There's some cool tech. There's some cool animal stories.
History.
There's some cool people and history stories. And nothing negative.
Nope. Not at all.
There's one story that starts out negative that does not end negative.
Right.
So it's a positive. It's the trajectory.
Was it your story or my story?
The one that you laughed out loud
Oh,
about.
yes. Yes. It was quite funny.
You're going to like it.
Yep.
You're going to like it.
Yep.
So hope you guys are ready to have some fun because we got a bunch of stuff. The way this works, if you're new here, is we kind of just take a few minutes and basically stall. We tell you what's going on in our world. And
crazy world.
Yeah. And while we wait for folks to show up to bring on the good news. So here we go. Why don't you tell them that one?
Well, as we speak, I know it's not a hurricane, but there's a nasty storm that's coming through here. And it was just all of the sudden. It just started getting dark and really windy. And yeah, it was crazy. I actually, if you look at the front, well, you can't, but I looked at the front of the storm, and I could see a rainbow, but I could only see the short little leg of a rainbow. It looked like a beam, a ray,
Something's floating. Looked like a
globule.
dog hair.
Most likely.
Or getting attacked.
It's Brutus. You know,
Brutus.
he's omnipresent.
The spirit of Brutus is upon us.
Yeah. But this part of the rainbow, it looked like a laser beam coming from the sky.
Yeah.
But you could definitely tell it was a rainbow because there was not just red. It was, green and
Was it a regular
purple.
rainbow or a double rainbow?
It was just a regular rainbow.
Double rainbow. That's a funny video. Oh my gosh. This guy's obviously had a little bit of time spending a little time in the 420 zone, if you know what I mean.
Oh, sure.
He's
yeah.
talking about double rainbow.
Yeah. I've seen a double rainbow.
We've seen a triple. Have you seen a full circle?
Actually, yes, I have.
We've seen full circle from an airplane. Because when you look at an airplane, that's how it works.
If you look at the airplane?
No, from an airplane. You look out and down.
You said when you look at an airplane.
When I look at an airplane, I see rainbows. Double rainbows.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, we were flying to South Carolina to see Jonathan's graduation from basic training. And he's like, hey, check this out. There's a rainbow. And it was a complete circle. It was really, really, really cool.
Truth bomb.
Double rainbow. Yeah, no, the other day, actually, I did see a triple rainbow. It was really weird.
So, moving on.
Why? Why should we move on?
I don't know.
Because we have a list?
I don't know.
We have a timeline?
No.
Forget the list. I actually wrote the list today.
Which is really, really funny because I'm having a hard time reading her handwriting. Even though
I was writing it quickly.
Her handwriting is actually very nice, is what I was going to say. Where did it fly? Smashed on your computer.
On my computer?
Ooh.
Yuck. Here, see?
He's gross. Wipe your hands off. Wrong one. And I don't even care. It's not on the computer.
No, I didn't wipe it on the computer.
Oh, the rainbow guy. Oh, no. So, okay, other things that are going on.
Oh.
We went to a Christmas tree festival yesterday. And yes, I said Christmas tree festival on September 24th.
Yep.
The reason why is because if you wait till Christmas tree season, no one will come because it'll be covered in snow and like 10 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we have our Christmas tree festival here and or the town nearby us. We have a Christmas tree festival. They have a Christmas tree festival. I'll get this straight. And there's Christmas tree tossing.
Oh, yes. They tossed the tree.
They tossed the tree. Yes. It was.
We didn't get to see the tree tossing.
No.
But I'm going to rat them out. I got to tell.
Please do, because I was getting ready to.
Oh, no.
It was so funny.
This is one of those things that will only ever happen in a small town in Wisconsin. Okay? And those two things are combined. So we were at a parade, and we were watching the marching band, and then here come the the fire trucks. There's a litany of fire trucks, all kinds. They had a bunch of really nice fire trucks.
Yeah.
But instead of like throwing candy out to children.
Well, they did that, but
hold on. You got to let me do it in all in order.
Hurry up and tell the story already. I'm dying here.
Lo and behold, the fire truck, mind you, taxpayer-funded fire truck, was handing out beers to the adults. Instead of the kids coming running up to the truck to get candy, the firefighters were passing out beers. No lie.
Yeah. I was like, where's the brats? How about some cheese curds, man? Why does it have to be beer?
I just thought that was so funny because isn't that kind of one of the things that they're really supposed to be like against? People dying in drunken car crashes?
I think they're supporting their local businesses.
I couldn't believe it.
By passing out beers for people to drive home.
It's called job security.
They have to come and rescue them.
Job security. Yeah.
Oh, my Lanta.
Yeah.
It was priceless. I mean, you can't.
I had a double take because I was like, is that what?
Yeah. What are they doing? And I mean, you see the adults walking up as the fire trucks are coming down the road. You see adults walking up to the truck and taking something. You don't realize it until they're right in front of you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no kidding me. That's so beautiful. Oh, tell me you're from Wisconsin without telling me you're from Wisconsin.
Right.
True. I don't know.
Too
So
funny.
it was really funny. I I didn't see anybody out of control or anything like that.
No.
So I'm just, But anyway, so moving on.
It was 5 o'clock somewhere.
Just
right?
not there.
Just not there.
It was 11
It
o'clock.
was 11 in the morning when the parade started.
I don't know, man.
It was really funny.
I guess they might say, when in Rome.
Yeah, no, or Danny Thrive says, welcome to Wisconsin.
I used to make a joke. I made a joke saying that when you cross the border into Wisconsin, if you don't have currently any beer and or cheese with you, you're issued it, or else they won't let you in.
Right.
And it's almost not that far off.
It's really not. No.
The firefighters are there to greet you with a 6-pack and a smile. And they're not talking about their chiseled abs.
No.
I didn't see a chiseled ab in the bunch.
No. Even amongst the... Never mind.
But it was great. So we're not telling on who, where, or where
no,
this was.
not telling which department it was, but it was...
Yeah.
We're speaking truth. Their vibrant spirit. It was
true.
So hysterical.
Yeah. And we were hanging out with some friends who are literal missionaries.
Yeah.
And he just was laughing his butt off. He's like, well, I guess whatever. Anyway, moving on.
So Brad has been a busy little bee in the barn. He built
busy little beaver.
A busy little beaver.
Have you been busy, mate?
I've been busy. Busier than, never mind.
Busier than a cat.
Okay, stop. He built a table for that the double enamel sink with the drain boards. And he built a shelf and he put the plumbing in. And now we have a sink, which is awesome. And we just now need to figure out the hot water part.
Got running water.
We have running water.
And it drains. And it's so cool. There's so much counter space now that we don't have to worry about, leaving buckets all over the floor. It's great. It's bringing
awesome.
water from the house is a pain.
Right.
We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out how to do the heat because we have a propane heater, like one of those RV or, it's just an instant heater.
It's a camping,
And it worked great in Ohio, but I think that it would possibly have water get trapped in it when you're not using it.
Right.
And then just freeze right in the copper.
Right.
So I don't know what to do, but I'm going to work it out. So maybe we can hire one of you guys to come and sit and warm your hands on it all evening long. And that way it won't.
I mean, there's the thought of allowing the water to run constantly just as a trickle so that it doesn't freeze. I'm not sure how well that's going to work outside when it's negative 30.
Yeah.
Honestly. So
I don't think it's going to work.
I don't think it's going to work. We may just not have hot water in the wintertime. So
I'm not ready to give up yet.
No. I know.
It's a barn. It's like a big shed. So it's not a sealed building where you could insulate it properly.
That's funny.
So other stuff going on, winter prep.
Yeah, we're finishing up. We have just a couple of things left to do, and that's it. Holy smokes. And just in time, because it's
getting cold already.
Yesterday, we actually lit a fire in the wood furnace yesterday because it was just cold.
It was damp.
Yeah, it was damp. It was like spitting all day. And
it was probably in the low 50s, but it was just
cold.
Spitty weather.
And the house was just chilled. And so Brad lit a fire, warmed up the house, and then we just let it go out throughout the night. I mean, we didn't add any more wood after it warmed up the house. And so...
and boy, oh boy, for those of you guys who heat with wood, you know what I'm talking about when I say there is a difference between electric heat or wood heat, or even propane heat for that matter.
Yeah.
It's just there's something that heats you through the bone. It's like you're heating the whole house.
Yeah. You're heating all of the furniture and the walls and everything.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
So other stuff. You have been taking some lessons.
Yeah, well, I've taken one so far. Riding lessons with the same family that Hope takes riding lessons with, and I'm just gonna take a few and just to get some skills, some ninja skills.
Is your kung fu strong?
Yes. But so that was...
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Totally not.
Oh, you're working on it, though.
I'm working on it. So I showed you guys a picture. I rode a draft horse that was 18 hands. Holy smokes. Mm-hmm. She was taller than me at the withers, and I'm not a short lady, okay? And it was a little unnervy at the beginning, but then it was fine. I just had to stop and take a couple of deep breaths and say, it's going to be okay. The ground is just right there.
Right. And I made her buy and use a helmet.
Make me buy a helmet. Yes, he did. So this week, I actually... we saddled up Selah, and I rode her twice this week with Hope. Not on the same time, but she was riding Puzzle.
You didn't ride Hope.
No, I didn't ride Hope. I rode Selah.
She's not very load-bearing.
Hope rode Puzzle. No.
She's stout, but...
No.
I don't know.
Stop. So Hope...
She could be a firefighter.
No, she's not. No,
she
knows. She knows. Don't go into a burning building. So Hope rode Puzzle and I rode Selah, and Puzzle did fantastic. I think he really likes having a buddy with him to go.
Yes.
Of course, his stride is a lot shorter. No.
Something fell.
His stride is a lot shorter than Selah's, so he had to keep trotting to keep up with her.
He reminds
me.
You remember the old the Looney Tunes cartoons? You know that one little donkey thing that Yosemite Sam would run around and be like ding 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 ding.
Yes,
ding.
That's Puzzle.
Yeah,
that's totally Puzzle.
Like that.
Yeah, it was really, really cute.
What is your drain for the barn? Asks Danny Thrive. We have a whole system that was actually put. There is something falling from the sky.
It's a moth.
It actually is a system that was designed by an actual real live person that does these for things for real.
Yeah.
And it was I couldn't tell you what it is, but there was these gigantic boxes that were every 30 feet, and there was a pipe that goes and it goes down way down. It was way down. It was
it's like 8 feet, 10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's gravel there, and then there's this. It's like a cage thing that went. Is it a leach field, French drain? I don't know what it is.
Here's the thing about that kind of stuff. If we're building something and I know it's above my pay grade, I don't try to interject. I talk to the expert and I say, expert, you do your experting.
Right.
And we will be happy to do anything you ask us to do. But I don't want to try to act like I know something when I don't know something and then just screw it up.
Right.
Because I do plenty of that all on my own without anybody else's help.
Right. Right. And this drain is for what?
You agreed to that very, very easily.
Yeah.
It's coming back. I'll tag you back.
Okay. What are you talking about?
I just was making fun of myself and you're totally agreeing. Like, yep, yeah. Or more like, You were so not listening. You were just going along with me making fun of myself.
Sorry,
You're like,
baby.
yep.
I'm sorry, honey.
Sure, yeah. Why don't you continue with your story? Because I want to make sure that I don't interrupt you more than, you know.
Okay.
Guess not. Inside joke.
Yeah. The drain is just for water. That's all that's out there is just for water. So
the force is with you, Christa.
Yeah. To ride the horse.
Guess not.
It's not.
It's from a silly video.
Yeah.
Okay. We are starting the list for next year.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Of chores and things. Keeping it real, bro. Big Stevie G.
Stevie G?
Well, I like that.
Not Kenny G.
No, Stevie G. That could be his like radio DJ name.
Play the
one other thing, if you guys are part of our Bible devotion, which is on the Big Family Devotions channel, we do that 8:30 Monday through Friday, Central Time, and we're starting a new book of the Bible tomorrow. And no Stevie G, no Scott, no Delaney B. I'm not going to give any hints at all as to where we're going. So 8:30 Central tomorrow. Come on over to the Big Family Devotions channel and find out where the madness leads. So, ladies and gentlemen, oops, I went too far. I don't even know what happened. I think we need to do this. Where is it? I changed everything and now,
Now he doesn't remember
Here you
where
go.
he put it.
Tell them about that.
Oh,
Even though the slide is wrong.
Yeah, I had forgotten to give him the updated slide. Actually, I'm going to put the address in the chat right now.
Why don't you tell?
I'm gonna right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna. There's a homesteaders meetup here in Wisconsin, in Waupaca, Wisconsin, and it is on October 15th from 10 to 5 p.m. And it's at the VFW. We're going to get together, bring a dish to pass. I
was reading a comment. Steve was suggesting we go to Revelations tomorrow.
Of course he is.
Sorry.
Right.
We're not the hosts of this, by the way.
Right. No, we are not hosting. We are going to be there to just chat with you guys and hang out and have a great time. There's going to be lots of vendors and all kinds of fun stuff to do. Kids and fun stuff for the kids to do, and the adults can hang out and chat and learn all kinds of cool stuff.
One thing that we're going to go ahead and tell you right now is we're not going to be there all day, and the reason for that, and I'm saying this because she's being a trooper, and I'm not really thinking it's a great idea for us to be there, but she wants to go. She really wants to go, and the reason why, guys, it's nothing to do with the meetup at all or the people involved, because they're great people. It's that she's having surgery 2 days before.
3 days before.
3
days. 3 days before.
3 days before.
Yes. But I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I'll be in a wheelchair, but I will be there.
Well, that's the thing. So
she
will be
deal.
in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Peggy, I hadn't told you yet.
Yeah. Meaning to mention that.
I was going to call you tomorrow.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Cat's out of the bag.
Thanks, hon.
All right,
appreciate that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the portion of the broadcast where you share what you learned this week. And Steve Ganink, man, oh man, you better have something good to say. Mike DeFazio, oh yeah, he's a big Striper fan, and he put in an order. They've got a new record coming out. I think it's called The Final Battle.
Is he really a big Striper fan?
Yeah, check it out. He even texted. Yep. There's a band called Striper that we used to listen to way back in the day. Let me see. Yeah.
Yeah.
New album.
Weird. Yeah. So this means they're done?
No.
Because it's the final battle?
No. I'm sure they're just talking about the final battle.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm wearing the same dress.
Final battle.
That's funny.
They can't do that one.
No, they can't.
So you guys got to share what you learned this week. Sunshine, baubles, and bling. Scott, come on. Start typing. When your mark gets set, here we go. So what did you learn this week, Mama?
I learned that there's muscles that I didn't know I had, and they hurt. They really, really, really hurt.
Do tell why.
Because I've been riding my horse.
Hey, Plan with Jen, you may want to go ahead and spell check that, because Striper is not spelled like that. Sorry, sister. You might want to. That's not. Yeah.
Whoops-a-daisy.
That's not a Christian band. So, okay, because you have been riding the horse a lot.
I've ridden. I actually only ridden her twice this week, but it was 2 days in a row, and so I think I was.
Yes. Hey, man. Hey, Barry.
So, yeah.
Hey, Molly.
Just having a little bit of...
You got to change it, Plan with Jen.
No, she doesn't have
She's leaving it.
She's going to leave it.
My brother loved...
It, and actually, it would have 2 P's, so she did spell it correctly, phonetically correctly.
Okay, well, there's a Y in there.
See, now Robert says...
But that's a different kind of thing.
Right.
I think. You guys... Oh my gosh, Steve. All right.
This is a family-friendly show, folks.
Okay. Yeah, so I learned that that I actually used to hate daylight savings time growing up. Now that they're taking it away, I love it, because I wish that they would not, I'm saying, because it gets so dark in the morning for a long time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we're up and we're working and we're doing and barn stuff and all this, and it's just too much. And didn't you mention that you thought that Wisconsin opted out of the daylight savings time transition?
No, they have not opted out yet. It's a lot of states were voting on whether or not. There's only a few states that have voted to opt out of transitioning to daylight savings time.
I don't know how you can give options. That doesn't make sense to me. It has to be all or none.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do
not
business?
Not necessarily, because before that, there was only 2 states that didn't ever do daylight savings time. It was Arizona and another state. I thought it was Indiana, but
I don't know.
Yeah, there was 2 states that have never done that. And so it's a state thing. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, guys are mentioning other Christian bands. We were just listening to Whiteheart right before the show started.
Yeah.
And she didn't believe me, but at first, well, I'll just tell you, that band was so good. They were so good that 3 of the guys in the band actually, when Whiteheart was done, they started playing for Garth Brooks, the drummer, a guy named Gordon Kennedy, and Christmas Q. They started playing for Garth Brooks. Now, I know this about Garth Brooks because back in the day when I was doing recording and stuff, we were in the same studios and same. The guys that owned the studio were our producers. So they told us back then, and this was, 2000, that Garth Brooks put those guys on retainer, that they were making $100,000 a year, whether they played 20 shows or 0 shows. And there were many years they just didn't play any, and he kept paying them. And I think it's still that way to this day. I'm sure the $100,000 went up.
Oh, I would imagine.
But then they could do whatever they want. The only arrangement was that Garth Brooks' shows come first.
Right.
If you're playing another gig, you got to tell them you can't do it.
Right.
And another thing that was really kind of sad, but I'm sure he's doing really well, is the lead singer. The lead singer of White Heart. His name's Rick Florian. They had another singer, but he was the main singer. When we were doing our first record, and we were in Nashville, well, Franklin, Tennessee. That's where most of the stuff is. I ran into him at an Office Depot. He was just getting copies of stuff made, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's Rick Florian! Oh, I love I went to so many of your shows." Mm-hmm. And what? So what are you doing now? Well, I'm a real estate agent, and it was like, oh.
But here's the thing: he's a real estate agent in Franklin, Tennessee.
He's doing very well.
He's doing really well.
Tourniquet, yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I learned this week.
Yeah.
And we're going to go back to the main menu. Why? Because it's the main menu. So we don't need to do that anymore.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have waited long enough. We will wait no longer. It is time for some good news. Let me get my stories out here. Am I odd or even?
You're odd.
I am odd. That means I go
Always.
first. All right. So this is cool. This pooch right here. Bam. A police dog that saved 38 lives during an 8-year career has been honored at the Thin Blue Paws Award Gala last week. The 10-year-old German Shepherd retired in June and celebrated with her handler by going on her first ever vacation, enjoying playtime on the beach and swimming in the sea. Scottish police officer Linda McBride partnered with Luna December 2012 when the pup was just 12 weeks old. And since then, the duo has always looked out for each other. Based in Larbert, in the Central Division of Police Scotland, the 55-year-old officer said the bond between the pair will never be broken. Luna lives with Linda and a pair of active police dogs, a German Shepherd and a Cocker Spaniel. That's a police dog? Okay, whatever.
Sure.
As well as,
why not?
Very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Maybe it's a sniffing dog.
Oh.
Maybe it sniffs out drugs or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
As well as her 91-year-old mother, who has a great relationship with the dogs.
That's awesome.
Luna would continue to work if it was her choice, said P.C. McBride. She was an exceptional police dog to work alongside, and when I found out she'd won the Lifesaver Award, I was blown away. I even cried. Saying I'm proud of Luna at how much she has achieved is an understatement. Luna was skilled in searching and tracking high-risk missing people with 38 successes achieved during her career. In December 2019, Luna was sent to search for a vulnerable man who had gone missing from his home. She located him in some bushes, suffering from hypothermia and needing immediate hospital care. In 2015, the pooch managed to find a fingertip that had been bitten off during a fight so that it could be taken to a hospital and doctors could attempt to reattach it for the victim. Okay.
Gross.
Neat, huh? Linda believes it's Luna's intuitive nature that made her so good at searching for missing people because she wanted to help, and the Thin Blue Paws agrees. It's astounding to read all the stories in which Luna has quite literally saved someone's life, said the foundation trustee, Kieran Stanbridge. She's a true inspiration. Sit, Ubu, sit.
Good dog. It's Luna.
Luna.
Sit, Luna, sit.
Sit, Luna, sit.
Good dog.
I love German Shepherds.
Yeah, she's really
beautiful
pretty.
Animal. Mm-hmm. Way to go, Luna. I would buy you a Culver's if you were over here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd eat the pickles. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know you do, but you're not a dog. You goofball.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this.
I'm just trying to
Wipe the tear from your eye.
It's a little bit. A little moist.
Your eye's sweating again.
Moist.
Oh my heavens.
What's your favorite word?
Shush. Oh, for crying out loud.
What does that mean anyway? Anyway, keep going.
I don't know. A trio of Australian companies has produced glow-in-the-dark road paint to better illuminate highways at night. I think we need that here in Wisconsin, to be honest.
No, we need guardrails and breathalyzer checks every...
And definite wider, rumble strips on the sides. Yeah.
Sleepers.
Right. Sorry. And their teal green hue has reminded social media of Tron, as you guys can see there. Currently being trialed in Victoria, Australia, the lane markings use photoluminescence, which is the same technology used in glow sticks and other glow-in-the-dark products that absorb the sun's light during the day and release it after dark. Does it last as long as the glow sticks?
It's made entirely of puffer fish.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Tarmac Line Marking, in collaboration with OmniGrip and Vic Roads, created the product that went on trial for 1 kilometer, which is a little over half a mile, along Metong Road in southeast Victoria. And afterwards were swamped with calls from businesses and town councils wanting their roads illuminated.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. But that's not all. Pictures of the luminescent roads went viral on the social media sites, and with commenters, pointing out how much it seemed like the 1982 film Tron, in which Jeff Bridges is a video game developer who transported inside the mainframe of a computer, which he then has to escape using light cycles, a motorcycle that leave a permanent trail of colored light behind it. Tron became a staple arcade game developed by Atari. Why is this? Okay.
That's not important.
It's not relevant in any way. In reality,
we know what Tron is.
Most of us do. We're all adults. We know what Tron is. In reality, the lane markings are not to satisfy Tron's cult following, but better protect drivers on Victoria's roads. This treatment will make it easier for drivers to see the line markings or signage and provide stronger definition coming up to intersections and curves, giving drivers more time to react and preventing them from veering from their lane. Said Regional Roads Victoria, who trialed it and other products in 70 different locations as part of a $4 million project.
Yada, yada.
Yippee skippy.
Yeah.
This will be particularly beneficial for people who are not familiar with driving through the area.
Okay.
One of the most important features will be its bright illumination of the roads in the critical after sunset period when animals venture onto the roadways.
All right. 2 comments that have to be illuminated.
Who wrote this article?
Well, okay. Monica Sherman, how are they going to see the glow-in-the-dark paint underneath the snow? Good point. And Mike DeFazio's got the best comment so far. You have to crack the road and then shake it a bit to get it going.
That's hysterical.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If I was wearing a hat, brother, I'd take it off. Because hat's off to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat. Okay, empty hammock. We have a pass over a mountain in my area where the lights and stripes are lighted with embedded lights. You can drive with your lights off.
Weird.
That's weird if they're solar lights. But, okay, so he's in Virginia. They don't get much snow. That would work there.
I don't know.
Here, that wouldn't work in the wintertime. Summertime, yes. Wintertime, not so much.
Well, Barry, over at the Empty Hammock, Mike DeFazio has one-upped you on the most witty comments, so you're going to have to bring your A game, brother. It's got to come. I'm not counting Steve Ganink out either, because he usually has, and the Ware family.
Oh man,
there you go. Somebody's going to have to take the crown here.
Said LED.
Aha. Here we go.
Oh, goodness.
This is a story of a man who owed money to everybody. At least it seemed that way. In fact, if scholars were to conduct such a monumental research project, they might discover this fellow to have been the most in-debt individual who ever lived. His name was Charlie. During the 30 years, which he comprised most of 3/4 of his adult life, he seemed to owe everybody money. Charlie was an inventor, in which which in the minds of some, at least a partial justification for his habitual financial situation. However, wait, there's a picture of Charlie. There he is. However, he studied the fine art of chronic indebtedness at his father's knee because both of the men went bankrupt together in a hardware business before Charlie was 30. And failing to avail themselves of extant bankruptcy laws, both found themselves owing many thousands of dollars. And that's when Charlie decided to become an inventor. He never stopped owing money. Often, the benefactors were friends, relatives. When benevolence ran its course, Charlie found new friends. Sometimes the patrons of his ceaseless experimentation stopped calling their contributions and patronage and started calling it what it was, charity. Frequently, the charitable donations took the form of food or clothing, even a place to sleep. And yet, what might otherwise have been Charlie's self-esteem was obliterated and consumed by the passion of his experiments. Occasionally, he would patent a process of dubious merit. That was enough to win further financial support from some stranger unacquainted with his long history of failure. He was always borrowing money. Borrowed $50,000 one year and never repaid a cent. Jeez. But that was just the way it was with Charlie. Folks would beg him to give up his expensive hobby of inventing. Doubtless their sympathies lay mostly with his wife and children. Do you know that Charlie even got into the habit of pawning his wife's belongings? Even selling his household furniture and his children's books. Here's the greater tragedy. Charlie secured a patent once. I mean, a real patent of great potential value. But he was so poor that he was obliged to sell licenses and establish royalties at prices far below what they should have gone for just to satisfy the impatience of a dozen angry creditors. So Charlie wound up borrowing money until the day he died, leaving his widow and 6 children with more than $200,000 in debt.
Oh, my.
A list of people of whom Charlie owed money during the last 3 decades of his life would fill a book. During the first of those decades, most all of Charlie's discoveries, including the groundwork for his truly important one, were made in one place. The same place the habitual, destitute, and chronically indebted were inevitably sent in those days, to debtor's prison. That's right. The man who may have been the most in debt individual who ever lived, the man who also rendered raw rubber universally useful, through the original process of vulcanization, conducted the scientific experiments which led to that discovery in jail. His name was Charles Goodyear. Whoa.
Wow. That's insane.
How do you get away with that? Charlie Goodyear, huh?
I don't know.
I wonder what happened to his family after that. I mean, it says that they left him with $200,000 in debt, but
yeah,
that was a revolutionary discovery.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, everything in the world changed after that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What year? Do you know what year this was?
It didn't mention it.
Oh, okay.
But it had to be, well, somebody can look it up. Do you know what year the vulcanization process was discovered by Charles Goodyear? Somebody can figure that out.
Yeah.
So, crazy, huh?
Yeah, very. All right, this is really a neat story. New mother Lily Fleet posted a cleverly edited video dressing her son Ari that happened to be spotted by optometrist Laura Brown. Noticing Ari's left eye had a cloudy appearance and an outward squint during a short few seconds of the video, she messaged Fleet suggesting that she get the 8-week-old checked out. The tests revealed that he had congenital glaucoma, which required an urgent operation to open a tube in his eye so fluid could drain out. Lily had been to the doctors already, but had been turned away until she went armed with Brown's advice. When she saw the specialist, they said, "This isn't often picked up before 7 months of age, so we're very lucky."
Our dog Nana's
Nana
back there.
joined
She
us.
decided to come on in.
She's hiding from Brutus, I'm sure. Said Fleet from East London. I wasn't surprised because I had noticed his eyes and been to the doctor, but Laura encouraged me to make sure I saw a specialist, which made all the difference. I'm so grateful for her reaching out. It's something I'll never forget. It would have been lovely to have an impact on someone's life like that. Untreated glaucoma can eventually lead to blindness. Fleet said she had noticed Ari's eye wasn't focusing properly and had been reassured it was fine by her doctor at his 6-week checkup. She was told to come back if the squint hadn't self-corrected by 3 months.
It's okay.
Frustrating. That's just very frustrating.
Well, that's social medicine. That's over the pond.
It is. The cloudiness, which is caused by the undrained fluid, appeared a week later. I wasn't too sure about reaching out, Brown, herself a mother of 2, admits. I worried about being the crazy lady on the internet. But you don't always get specialists looking at a baby that young, so I decided to go for it. He would 100% have lost all or most of the vision in that eye in a couple of months if left untreated. Brown said, adding that parents shouldn't ignore their instincts about their child's health. If you think there is anything with the eyes that you're not sure about, get checked out by an optometrist. They are the ones that do the eye tests.
Amen.
There are 2 different. There's an optometrist, then there's an ophthalmologist. If you have any eye issues, see an optometrist.
There is a third one. There's an optimist. And you really do want an optimistic optometrist.
Yes, you definitely do.
Or else you might have a pessimistic
outlook. I don't know. What an adorable baby, though.
Excellent comment there about Mr. Goodyear. Mm-hmm. Barry said he clearly did not listen to Dave Ramsey.
No, definitely not.
And another standout comment right there, vulcanization, live long and prosper.
Yes.
Yep.
There we go.
Or live short and perspire.
Live short and perspire. Yeah, my hands got an arthritis. I can't do that very well.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Mama, take it.
Yes. There is a sale. Thrive Life is a freeze-dried food company that we love.
25 years as fresh on the shelf if unopened.
Right. Unopened, it will last 25 years. Once you open it, most products will last a year. Like the fruits, blueberries.
Oh, they're delicious.
Oh, so very yummy.
Yeah.
Anyway, single ingredients. There's not any chemicals added. It is just celery or just apples or, it's fantastic stuff. Right now, there's a coupon code that saves you $10 off, $60 or more. It started on the 19th, but through September 30th, use the coupon code you can see on your screen, SEPT10, SEPT 10, all caps, no spaces, and that's until September 30th.
Right. That'd be quite the sale.
Completely wrong month. Yeah.
That'd be quite the sale.
Yeah.
So here's another thing too, guys. If you want to set up a delivery, a monthly delivery, you can change those things at any time, and you can even say, I don't want to do a monthly delivery this month.
Right.
It costs you $0, but here's the great thing. If you spend $100, then shipping's free. So if you want to spend like $500, that's going to be a big order.
Yeah.
Then
free shipping.
It'll be free shipping. So that is a really great value because it doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
And like I said, you can even shut it off. It's not hard. I hate it when companies make it hard to cancel or change something. And
right.
You do it all on your own.
Right. You can put whatever you want in your shopping cart. You can skip a month. You can skip 2 months. You can skip 6 months. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Your account will stay active. You just come back and start ordering again.
Another side note, and this is just super quick, that if you're looking for a way to make some extra money, for our family, the business side of Thrive Life has been an unbelievable blessing.
Yeah.
It's one of the ways that we're able to live out here in the middle of the central Wisconsin woods.
Yep.
Let's just say that. And here's the way I put it to people. It's like, what other company can you do it like this, where you don't have to come up with the idea, you don't have to make the product, you don't have to store the product because everything's drop shipped.
Right.
You just simply tell people about it or share it. And here's even the more beautiful thing about it completely is that every single person you'll ever meet needs this product. It's not like you're trying to talk them into buying soap or something.
Right.
All they got to do is know what it is. And it's incredibly a good value now, because think about how bad inflation's going.
Yeah.
So all we ever do is communicate. We just we talk about it for, whatever it was, like 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're done. We're going to go back to the stories here.
Yep.
So the sale, and you can become a consultant under us. And I think there's even like $100 deal right now.
Yeah. The consult to become a consultant,
sure.
it costs $100.
And you get a bunch
tax.
of food. It's not like you pay the $100 and then, okay, I'm in.
Right. It's 90% food in the kit you get.
Yes.
So it's you don't like you said, you don't pay $100 and then you have to buy stuff on top of it.
Nope. Yeah. So the link is down below, and you'd be on our team, which is great.
Yep.
So anyway, back to the good news stories.
Yeah. Barry says, Thrive
baby.
Life. I'll have to check that out. Sounds awesome.
He's a consultant.
So's his dad.
Well, Barry's dad is the guy who got us involved. Thank God, and thank Dad. And yeah, so we are very grateful. Anyway, continue on with the awesome, great news stories.
Yeah,
we are very grateful.
I was skeptical until I tried the blueberries.
You try the fruit, and you're in.
I was hooked.
It's like candy.
Oh yeah.
And there's nothing but just a strawberry is a strawberry. It's not strawberry and sugar.
No.
It's just strawberry.
There's no sugar added. Our grandson Elijah absolutely loves the blueberries and the raspberries and the apricots and the mangoes, and he eats them constantly.
All right, so this is funny. I can go ahead and put the image up right away.
I think we had one of those when we were kids.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What you're about to hear began as a publicity gimmick sponsored by a leading department store in Melbourne, Australia. The store owner had a large stock of electronic pocket calculators. And that one's not an electronic pocket calculator, but you get the point. This was back in 1976. So the pocket calculator was a hot technology, a big seller. Anyway, the store owner wanted to demonstrate the efficiency of the device, so he decided to stage a public competition between one of his calculators and an outdated adding machine. Now, don't race on ahead of me. The store owner contacted a fellow named Donald Presser. Don was a transplanted American head of the Australian subsidiary of a New York-based calculator firm. The store owner, confident in his plans, asked Don if he would compete using the calculator. After all, who in Australia could be more qualified than the head of a calculator company? And Don agreed. Now, all that was left to do was find an adding machine operator, and one was found. His name was Johnson Lowe, and he was an operations manager for a Melbourne air dispatch company. On the appointed day, Presser and Lowe arrived at the department store to greet the crowd of curious onlookers. So far, the publicity gimmick was working. The competitors checked out their equipment and sat poised to receive the first mathematical problem. On your mark, get set, go. With facile fingers, the two men keyed in and computed data on their own separate instruments. Presser on his pocket calculator, and Lowe on his old adding machine. In seconds, it was over. And rather predictably, the pocket calculator had won. Lowe patted the perspiration from his brow as the spectators applauded his opponent. There were 9 problems to go, so the moderator revealed the second problem, and again, the two competitors were off in a flurry of flying fingers. But this time, Presser looked up from his calculator. It was to see Lowe with the correct answer already submitted. And the answer was correct. The adding machine had won. And you know something? That old adding machine of Johnson Lowe's took the next 8 answers over Don Presser's ultra-modern electronic calculator, and the crowd was stunned. A few years back, you couldn't touch a battery-operated pocket calculator for under $100. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Of course, that's all changed. Today, comparable equipment is sometimes given away.
Yeah.
And even as manufacturers continue slimming and trimming and miniaturizing and augmenting the functions of those devices, a legion of other devices indefinitely more complex has joined the conspiracy of technology. And still, reactionaries fondly recall the calculator competition of 1976 held in Melbourne, Australia, a contest in which the electronic calculator lost 9 out of 10 times to an outdated adding machine. But would you ever guess just how outdated that adding machine was? You see, the math match, originally intended to boost pocket calculator sales, ended up endorsing, instead of a gizmo made of water buffalo horn and wood beads, a 12th century Chinese abacus, a pocket calculator 800 years old.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
It won every time. I don't even know how to use an abacus. I need to learn.
Uh-oh. Well, let's sing a little tune.
No.
Do a shimmy.
Nope. Not doing it.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We're buffering, but now I think it's back.
Yeah.
I think it's red. Oh, man. I'm trying one more thing.
So
because we're at the whim of the internet police. Mm-hmm. And they don't like it when you give good news. They only like it when you give bad news.
Right. We do pay those bills. It's the weather.
Yeah. There's a storm. It says 4-day homestead says we're good, but I know that there's a delay, guys.
Yeah. Just hang on a second.
Can you open it up and see, make it as current as possible?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and see where it is. Yeah, Mr. Musk. Me and Mr. Musker sleeps in a park, shaves in the dark. Can you turn it on?
Mm-hmm.
Good, but I know that there's a delay, guys. It's still working.
Just hang on a second.
Can you
open
it up and see, make it, oh, boo.
Gonna hear it twice.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and see where it is. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Musk.
Okay.
That's weird. It's working.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to keep going, okay? Or do you want to save these stories for next week?
Yeah, it's dropping. Lots
it's
of
dropping
frames.
By a lot, guys. I'll tell you what we're going to do.
Hold on, Is
it working?
No. 60% of the frames.
We're going to have to go.
Yeah, so we don't want you to have to listen to us going, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back. You know what? Maybe we'll even come on tomorrow night. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we'll finish up tomorrow night, maybe.
Yep.
So look for around 7 o'clock, okay, guys? That said, thank you. Hopefully we can see you tomorrow at the Bible Devo.
Yep.
There you go.
Good night, everybody.
So here we go. If I can find the right button. Oh, I didn't. There we go. See ya.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Does not wisdom come? Does Blessed is the one who finds wisdom and the one who gets understanding. For the gain from her is better than the gain from silver, and her profit is better